Well, hello. Um, so this thing is much shinier. Um, so I'm gonna do something a little different in this video. Um, some of you know that I've been posting videos since 2008, and I mean, this place has been through some ups and downs and transformations. I mean, I changed this thing there. I got a new a counter for the sink. I repainted these. This used to be brown. I put a new one. So there's been some changes, tiles on the wall, things like that. A bathroom floor. My God, this has been a nightmare. This bathroom floor has been anyway. So anyway, so if you've been watching all my old videos, the ones here and also the older ones on the archive channel, then I guess you have an idea how this place sort of looked like through the years. But I've been here since 2000, so I think it might be interesting to look at, what this place was like before I ever posted videos. So let's go back in time and anyway, here it goes. Alright, so this is my front door, and I posted this picture before. I mistakenly said it was 2002. This is actually from February of 2001, so the winter of 2001. And back then the place was sort of bare bones, but it was comfortable. See the table in the corner, and a sofa and a chair. So I was set up comfortably there. I mean, I had a little computer, and this was my sofa. But the sofa, you can't actually see it there, but it's actually a bed. So you could actually remove the pillows and turn it into a bed. So that's where I would sleep. It's changed places several times, but usually it was there. Now it's in another building, but so that was my old bed, that sofa. And I mean, if you look at on the table, you see my Game Boy. It's still the same Game Boy. I used to play it more often back then, but anyway. So here you see the kitchen, and the walls are pretty damaged. What happened was that I would use the walls as well. I was kind of bored, so I would practice throwing knives, and so the wall was my knife throwing target practice thing. So that I drew a little target, and I tried to hit the bullseyes when I was throwing the knives. And the reason why I wrote "I love mining coal" on the wall is because I was playing Final Fantasy VI. If you've played that game, early in the game, you're sort of like in a coal mining town, and that town plays a big role in the story. So I think I was kind of drunk as well. I mean, whatever. I threw a lot of knives, as you can see. The drywall was completely ripped out at parts, in places, and even today when I touch that surface, you can sort of kind of feel it. I covered it with drywall, with plaster, and sort of painted over it. It's not perfect, but at least it's kind of. I mean, you can't see this anymore. It's repaired, but anyway. Here you see the drywall was just completely being ripped out, and a lot of holes. I think the holes was when the dull side of the knife, like the handle of the knife, would enter the wall, and when I got my shot wrong, I think. This I'm not sure what it is. That's what I think it is because sometimes I would, play with like Coke cans or something and like fight them as if they were monsters. And I think at some point one of the cans just exploded, and so this is like Coca-Cola on the walls, like when it just like splashed out. So again, this is the sort of living room sort of thing with the you can see a little bit of the kitchen in the back. And so this is the kitchen, the way it looked like in February 2001. The toaster you see in the corner is still the same toaster that you see in some videos. Especially, well, the older videos, especially for the ones from like, if you look at the older videos, you can see that toaster near the fridge. It's still the same toaster. And well, this is more knife target practice. So this is the toilet, the bathroom. If you see the tiles, you can sort of see red tiles there. So those tiles these are the original tiles, and that was, I mean, I know it looks kind of dirty, but this was sort of before the disaster. So these are the days before the really big disaster started to happen. And you'll see about this in a minute, but so that's the original floor of the bathroom before all hell broke loose. So here, I mean, it looks dirty, but it's not poop. I think it's like when I would drink coffee, sometimes I wouldn't finish my coffee. I would just like throw it in the toilet or something. So that's what this is. And the sink, you see the paint job, not too good, but I mean, it's not a nightmare either. I mean, it was a comfortable place to live. It wasn't that bad. But then something happened, and so let's fast forward a little bit. All right, so this is not too long after. We're still in 2001, but this is when the disaster happened, and so what happened was, if you see the orange thing, that's a plastic bag. At some point I forgot to leave the heating on in the bathroom, and February is a very cold month, and March, and at some point the pipe froze, and it just water started leaking everywhere, and I mean the water was just constantly flowing out of the pipe near the toilet, and I put that plastic bag there to sort of catch the water, to fill it up with water, and then like the water would, like I had an aluminum bowl, and I would just like many times a day I would just like empty the bowl in the plastic bag, and then empty the bag in the bathtub. And you see the tiles, the red tiles, they're starting to peel off because the floor was wet, and the wood was starting to rot. So that was like the beginning of all the toilet troubles that you saw, all the videos I made when I talked about the problems of the bathroom floor. Well, that's what started. It's that broken pipe, and this is the genesis of the whole thing. And here you see that's the metal bowl that I was using to catch the water, to get the water as it flew from the pipe, and I would just fill up that orange bag, and yeah, so that wasn't pretty, and the place smelled horrible. Um, Here you can see the red tiles were starting to peel off. At the top you see the green thing, that's a green towel, and you can see it's just drenched. It's like the water, the place, the floor was always wet, constantly wet, constantly wet. And I just, I tried to put scotch tape. I mean, no matter what I did, I mean, I was like I was completely lost. I didn't know what to do. The water was flowing everywhere. And so here you see the orange bag in the corner, and at that time it smelled horrible. The whole place smelled like raw sewage. The smell was very strong. It was really, really, really bad. And at sometimes I would empty the orange bag in the bathtub and put it back to fill it with water. Here you see the bathtub with the orange bag in it. It was like, I mean, the smell from back then. I mean, to have an idea what it smells like, um, climb into a garbage truck. I mean, that's what it was. That's what the bathroom smelled like at that time. When you see the people who come in to pick the garbage on the curb, and throw it in the truck. Well, if you get close to the truck and you sniff it, that's what the bathroom smelled like at that time, and it's never been as bad as it was back then. I mean, it's never ever been that bad. So that was that. Again, you see the bathtub. Um, it was really bad. It was really bad. Um, One of my best friends, he used to come over sometimes. We'd watch TV, play games, stuff like that. And um, once he took a piece of paper and he wrote "You're disgusting," and he hid it. And like maybe a few months later, I found it, and I called him, "Hey, I found it's your handwriting. It says you're disgusting." And he was just laughing his ass off, like, "What? You just found it?" You know. And it's not funny because this guy is my best friend. I almost killed him at some point, um, and so I'll tell you about it. So and so you see like a lot of cans all over the place. It was really a mess, and I mean I was drinking so much of that iced tea, orange juice, all this stuff, and it was everywhere. It was everywhere, and the problem is that you couldn't tell. Like when you got a fresh can from the fridge, you have to be careful where you put it because if you put it next to these ones, and because some of them you can't really see it, but some of them are actually half full, and they've been there for like months, and so yeah, you got to be careful that if you put your fresh can next to these, you have to make sure you get the right one after. Here you see like in the sink it was really everywhere. It was really everywhere. All right, so this one, the story behind this one, remember, like when I said I almost killed my friend. So what happened is, so this day he came over, and so we're watching TV, playing games, and so he took a can of iced tea, but the problem is that there was so many old cans lying around that had been there for months and months and months, and so with time, as we're watching TV, and at some point I made some Kraft dinner, the mac and cheese thing, And so he grabbed this can, or rather, he grabs one of the old cans that's been there for months, and he, it mistakenly thinks it's his can that we, just got like an hour ago. I don't know, but he thinks it's the can he was drinking, but he actually grabbed one of the old ones, and he started drinking from it. Immediately, he just started gagging, and like it was. I mean, we laughed about it later, but yeah, it was pretty bad. Um, I think he could have died. I don't know, but yeah. So this is the can that he drank from, and just to demonstrate, I'm starting to fill a cup with it, and here you see there is some sort of rotten mass that's coming out, and see it's sort of grayish or something, and yeah. That's disgusting. So this is another picture. I don't know what the yellow thing on that cup is. I think I was trying to prepare some sort of sweet drink or something, and I don't know. I don't remember. This is a cup of milk that I think I just forgot there at some point, and the milk started to decay. This picture, I mean, it's like this one is. It's not what it seems. It's because I had a big spill of ketchup, and I used a towel to wipe it, but it looks like blood, So it's like like it looks like someone just cleaned up a murder scene. But I assure you, this is ketchup. This is not blood. This is ketchup. And this is like a fork in the sink, and the pink stuff. If you see pink in the sink, what that was, it was my hair gel. So I guess some of it sort of dripped in the sink, and I suppose I was probably too lazy to clean it up. All right, so this is go forward in the future. So now we're in 2002, and what's going on is that you see these are like little insects that I had back then, and they were really all over the place. As you can see here, this is one of the cabinets in my kitchen, and I don't have them anymore, thank God. But I think back then it's like there was a lot of rotten fruit and a lot of food that was just left out, so I had a lot of these thingies. It was just really all over the place. It was kind of disgusting. It was everywhere like that, and it lasted some time. It was hard to get rid of them. See, all over the counter. It was they were literally everywhere. Here is the bathroom. You see still this. That's like the cupboard, the old cupboard in the bathroom. They're on the mirror, and again, this is one of the cabinets. And you see when I sometimes I would tap the cabinet to make them go away. You see, like here, when I tapped it, they go away. But then as soon as I remove my hand, they would come back. This is well, sort of a bare bones bed that I used. And what happened is that I moved my sofa bed to the other room, and so I had my like this bed here and the sofa bed in the other room. Then eventually I got rid of this one and got the sofa bed, like put it back in place. So it sort of went back and forth. This is under the fridge. I think I spilled something, and I was using these towels to clean it up. All right, so now we go forward in time quite a bit. So this is 2004. After quite a bit of efforts, it wasn't easy, but uh, so that was a period that I really tried to be careful. As you can see again, this is the same toaster. If you see like a little spot on the toaster, uh, you can see it even if when you see that toaster in some of the videos. There's that little spot on it, and what that is that well, you see at the far right of the picture, there's some sort of like yellow and red lines. That's bread. It's like a plastic wrapping for bread. And at some point I used a toaster and the wrapping was like right next to it. And so some of the plastic melted and got glued to the toaster. So that's what it is. Um, so this is the toilet. Um, the floor, I mean the tiles, you can't see it in this picture because I put a carpet, but the red tiles were mostly gone by that point. But I managed to have the pipe fixed, so the pipe was no longer leaking. But even though the pipe was no longer leaking, the damage was done. I mean, the floor was rotten, and so it looks clean. But you know, um, I had the carpet there, and I was hoping to keep it as dry as possible. But the damage was done, and when I would sit on the toilet, I would sort of feel it sort of go down and up and a little bit. So the floor was shaky from that moment on. So this is the bathtub. I tried to keep it as clean as I could, and that was, I guess, the top of my desk when I was working most of the time. And this so that wall here, you see the clock, the alarm clock. Well, just above that alarm clock, that's the place where you had the target with "I love mining coal" written. So that's this wall there. You can't see it anymore because I put plaster and repainted, but it's that wall. So this is 2004. All right, so this is just a few months later. This is the summer of 2004, and so as you can see, in the space of a few months, I probably developed an addiction to orange juice, but also, the whole thing was just returned to its normal mess. I mean, it was, of course, nowhere near as bad as it had been sometimes before that or sometimes after that, but I mean, the mess was coming back, and here, this is my old TV. Actually, I think I still have that TV. I still have that one. And the computer at the bottom, that's an IBM Aptiva. It's one of, I love that computer. It lasted for many years, but they don't make those anymore. And the reason why that desk is like against the door is because like when I took that picture, it was just like, it was the summer and I was just about to leave for Italy for a few months. So I guess for like extra security, I just put that thing against the door. This is on my computer desk. I took a picture of that because, well, basically what that is, it's like the little white thing. Like I used to, I still do sometimes. Like I take toilet paper, and I roll it in a ball, and then I put water, and then I squish it with my hands to make like, you know, make like a ball, and the water sort of gives it form, you know. And then I put it somewhere and I forget about it, and a month later or something, like it's gonna be like super hard, like almost like a rock, you know. And so that time, since I was gonna be away for a couple months, I decided to do that experiment, not with a little like almond-sized ball of toilet paper, but with an actually like really big thing of toilet paper. So I left it there on the desk to see like how hard it would be when I came back from Italy. So that's why I took that picture. And so this is not the same desk as in like the picture with the like where I said like that the like the target on the wall was behind it, because this, like I used to have two of these desks, and so this is the other one that was in the corner with the window. Well, this is in 2006. I sort of had the habit of like, I called it playing doctor. Like I would get a cardboard box and I would sort of fight against it with a knife and then repair it. And so this is like inside at home base, and here I took it outside, and that was sort of like the battlefield where I would face it in battle. And see, I would use a knife and just sort of slash at it, and I would pretend it was some kind of like huge cyborg or something, and it would just break apart. And then once like it was defeated, I would, you see like the scotch tape, I would sort of put it back together. So just this is the defeated cyborg, and I would just like, use tape and just sort of repair it so that I could start over. And I don't know why I did that. I guess there was something about like putting something back together, and like seeing like the accumulated I don't know, I guess back then I had a fantasy with giant robots, and that was I guess like fighting a giant robot or something. That was kind of weird, but yeah, something I like to do. Alright, so this, again, we're still in 2006. So this is, so that was 2 years before I started making videos. But this is when I had another problem. At that point I had mice, and I think in those garbage bags at some point there was some food or something, and so I was walking, on the garbage bags, back and forth, and at some point I remember I felt something move under my foot, and it was moving quickly, and so it turns out I had mice. So so I bought rat poison, and I was planning to sort of put it everywhere, but I didn't really have time to, because as you see here, the mice just basically went through my bag and started, they chewed through the cardboard packaging and started just eating the poison, just like that. And so that was sort of the beginning of when I was posting on HF boards when I was on the message board, and I posted that picture because like it was so outrageous that the mice would just basically eat through the packaging before I even had the time uh, to use it. I mean, they just went right for it. So I posted that picture, and see the close up on the bite marks. And from that moment on, and in HF boards, they were constantly asking me to post pictures of the apartment. And there was a little later, still in 2006, I made a topic that said, I had a hard time, waking up in the morning, and so I bought a coffee maker, and and I remember saying that, well, I put the coffee maker right next to my bed, so that as soon as I wake up, like the first thing I can do is drink coffee. So of course someone asked me to post pictures, and so this is one of the pictures I posted of the place, and you can see the box at the bottom. That was the coffee maker I bought, and see, there's still a lot of garbage, but at that point, I think by then, like the mouse problem was gone, but there were like little packets of poison everywhere just in case. But as far as I could tell, I mean, I didn't feel things moving under my feet anymore, so well, that was a relief. So the bathroom was, still getting messy, sort of getting out of hand. And see this picture, you can see my bed, like the sofa, like this is the sofa from like the first pictures, the one from 2001, and you can see it here. It's open to make a bed, and that picture was the one that really got people going with me at HF boards, because like I made the topic saying that I put the coffee maker next to my bed, and instantly, like, there it was, and right next to the bed with the alarm clock. And so that's 2006. That's when, from that moment on, and anytime I posted something on HF boards, people would answer like, oh, clean your apartment, or or post more pictures, or things like that. So that was sort of the beginning of it. All right, so this is January of 2007, and I took this picture as sort of before I wanted to like move the furniture around. So I got rid of the sofa bed. I moved it to another building, and so that was my desk where I used to work. But like I had two desks. I had this one, and I also had like here the, like, I guess, computer desk with the big computer. And so I sort of moved the stuff around, and this is sort of what it looked like after, like, I moved the sofa. So I put the other, like, sort of L-shaped desk, like, in the where the bed used to be, where the sofa bed used to be. And if you notice a lot of books, because I mean, I was reading a lot for fun, I guess. And if you watch one of the old videos, it's called Sambuca pilgrimage. And when you can see in that video when I get back home, and you can see that desk like that with all the books. And here's I guess the kitchen floor, the way it looked like in January 2007. It's about a year and a half before I started making videos. It's still, I mean, it wasn't like continually messy, but like I would just clean up and pick up, and then it would become messy again, and sort of like a back and forth kind of thing, I guess. Alright, so this is from January 2008, and I had posted a message on HF boards, sort of like saying that, well, if you actually boil your underwear when you wash them, like you're gonna kill all the bacteria and all the diseases that you may get on it. So that was sort of like one way to wash your underwear. Incidentally, that pot that I'm using to wash my underwear is also the same pot that about a year later would be ruined in the omelette for Obama. It was a nice pot, but yeah. So that was the pot that exploded on fire back when, during its better days. And see, so that, I mean, like heat kills like the bacteria, so I guess that was the best way. And if you see on the left, you see a flashlight. That flashlight also met its end in one of the videos. At some point, well, the flashlight was sort of on the right. You see where you have the boiler, and so the flashlight was there, and during a video at some point I accidentally turned the wrong burner, and the wrong cooking element lit up, and it like made part of that flashlight melt, sadly. So see, and this is yeah, the underwear thing. So this is another one from 2008. What happened is, like I would normally, like when I was making hot dogs, you see like the little buns in the corner, I would normally boil the sausage, but when you get them in the restaurants, they're sort of grilled, right? So I thought, well, if you put it directly on the spiral thingy, then like it, you could actually grill the hot dog just the way that you would have it in a restaurant. And so I tried that, and it was actually pretty good. It looks like it's unconventional, but like it really worked. It really worked. So this is another one from 2008. Again, this is from before I ever posted any videos, but this is like in 2008. I was at HF Boards. They kept asking me to post more pictures. So this was one of the pictures that I posted. And again, this is like the front door. And you see the AC's on, so we're getting close to summer. So this is shortly before I actually start posting videos. You see the AC there in the corner, connected to the window. And this is, more messy stuff in the room, like the element heater, and it was just discouraging. Every time I saw that, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna clean. Then I sort of look at everything there is to do, and I'm like, oh my God, I'll do it some other time. And that box of kiwi I had to throw away eventually because it just sat there for a while, and at some point it was rotten. This is more of the mess. It was just really difficult to yeah, it was really overwhelming back then. It felt like no matter where I went, it was just this mess waiting for me everywhere. It was not funny. It was not funny. Still, sometimes I would spend hours, cleaning, and it's like every time I did, it would just like start over, and this is near my desk, with a shovel I sometimes used for the garbage. And you can see this still, that the hat that I wear sometimes. And again, more of the mess. And so that was, at that time, that's when I started actually posting the videos. Sort of after that, I guess, people were always asking for more pictures, and so that's I don't remember if someone specifically asked me to make a video. Maybe I don't remember. Maybe they did. I don't remember, but I guess YouTube was sort of new back then, so there was this sort of new easy way to share videos. So, well, that's what happened. All right. Well, that was long. So that's that was it though. I just want this to get dirty again. So that was I guess the evolution of this place through the years. One thing that's really interesting to notice that you might have missed, when we get well, you may not really always see it, but okay, so now I have this fridge, like a big black and gray fridge. In all the old videos I was posting, I had this like a white fridge, but if you look at the pictures, you'll see that I actually, for most of the time, I actually had a black fridge that was about this high. I didn't have a freezer. It was just like up to here. And I had this one for a while. Certainly in 2006 it was there. And it was also there in 2008 up until the summer. When you see the picture of the sausage that's cooking on here, you have the old black fridge, this mini black fridge, and then after that, the next set of pictures, I have actually a brand new fridge, So some people who've seen the early videos, like the cooking hot dogs and peaches video, they noticed that everything looks dirty except the fridge, and well, the fridge was like quite literally it was brand new at that point. So that's what happened. Oh yeah, so I found these in my old tapes. I have two kinds. I have these that are the Panasonic mini DVs. I don't want to get it wet. Last I got one. And these that are the Fujifilm High 8 whatever. So these are the tapes I was using to make the old videos. They were filmed with like an analog camera. So if you look at the channel with the guy who like archived my previous videos, my older videos, like 2008 2009, he affectionately calls it cooking with hoarders. So the videos from there are usually the ones that I took with these tapes, and sadly, at some point, I don't know what happened, but when they made the archive, one of the videos sort of bugged. The file was buggy, and it's a video called Cafe Latte, and if you watch the video, at some point, like the water starts flowing everywhere, and then the video just ends. So I've been asked many times to please find the original video, but the actual file that I uploaded back then, I can't find it. I don't think I have it anymore. I've looked in my old hard drives, it's just not there anymore. So if it's anywhere, it's somewhere on these tapes. So eventually I'll find a way to like I don't have the camera anymore for these, but I'll probably be able to find like a cheap camera that can read these things, and then with the AV out, I'll just connect it to this thingy that can transfer this stuff digitally to the computer. So that's that. Anyway, so this was a long video. I thought it probably would be interesting, just to show what I guess kind of the history of this place. Maybe see from a different perspective, I guess. Anyway, so that's that. Anyway, so I'll see you guys some other time. Bye bye.